When something is important enough, you do it, even if the odds are not in your favor. Some people don't like change, but you need to embrace change if the alternative is disaster. Patience is a virtue, and I'm learning patience. It's a tough lesson. I'd rather be optimistic and wrong than pessimistic and right. If you're trying to create a company, it's like baking a cake. You have to have all the ingredients in the right proportion. People work better when they know what the goal is and why. It is important that people look forward to coming to work in the morning and enjoy working. I think you should always bear in mind that entropy is not on your side. People should pursue what they're passionate about. That will make them happier than pretty much anything else. Great companies are built on great products. I think there should be regulations on social media to the degree that it negatively affects the public good. We're running the most dangerous experiment in history right now, which is to see how much carbon dioxide the atmosphere can handle before there is an environmental catastrophe. Brand is just a perception, and perception will match reality over time. Sometimes it will be ahead, other times it will be behind, but brand is simply a collective impression some have about a product. Any product that needs a manual to work is broken. Really, the only thing that makes sense is to strive for greater collective enlightenment. I think life on Earth must be about more than just solving problems. It's got to be something inspiring, even if it is vicarious. I don't create companies for the sake of creating companies, but to get things done. I think we have a duty to maintain the light of consciousness to make sure it continues into the future. We're already cyborgs. Your phone and your computer are extensions of you, but the interfaces through finger movements or speech, which are very slow. If we drive down the cost of transportation in space, we can do great things. Self-driving cars are the natural extension of active safety and obviously something we should do. You could warm Mars up over time with greenhouse gases. The problem is that, at a lot of big companies, process becomes a substitute for thinking. You're encouraged to behave like a little gear in a complex machine. Frankly, it allows you to keep people who aren't that smart, who aren't that creative. We can't have, willy-nilly proliferation of fake news. That's crazy. You can't have more types of fake news than real news. That's allowing public deception to go unchecked. That's crazy. In order to have your voice be heard in Washington, you have to make some little contribution. A company is a group organized to create a product or service, and it is only as good as its people and how excited they are about creating. I do want to recognize a ton of super talented people. I just happen to be the face of the companies. The factory is the machine that builds the machine. When Henry Ford made cheap, reliable cars, people said, "Nah, what's wrong with a horse?" That was a huge bet he made, and it worked. The reality is, gas prices should be much more expensive than they are because we're not incorporating the true damage to the environment and the hidden costs of mining oil and transporting it to the U.S. Whenever you have an unpriced externality, you have a bit of a market failure to the degree that eternality remains unpriced. I think we are at the dawn of a new era in commercial space exploration. The path to the CEO's office should not be through the CFO's office, and it should not be through the marketing department. It needs to be through engineering and design.